Let's start with a meeting held between the president and his top aides. The Liberal leader called for the formation of a special task force on fire safety measures. Hwang Hojun has our top story.
President Moon Jae-in called for an overall safety check on fire-prone public facilities, as well as new safety measures to put an end to fire-related accidents.
그동안 안전을 뒷전으로 여기거나 비용의 낭비처럼 여겨왔던 안전불감증이나 적당주의야말로 우리가 청산해야 할 대표적인 적폐라고 할 수 있습니다.
That was the president speaking during Monday's meeting with his top aides, just a couple days after he visited the site of the hospital fire in Miryang last weekend, which, as of Monday morning, had resulted in 39 deaths. The fire in Miryang came just over a month after another fire in a commercial building that killed nearly 30 people in the city of Checheon. Since then, the Moon administration has been blamed by some for the deep flaws revealed in the nation's safety. The fires have been seen as a setback for President Moon's pledge to make the country safer, with the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics coming up in a matter of days. President Moon said the fundamental cause of catastrophes like these lies in the past, a jab at the past two conservative administrations which were focused more on external growth. But amid the finger-pointing, President Moon stressed that no one is blameless and asked all parties to put their full efforts into righting this wrong.
특히 정부는 구체적인 안전관리 책임이 지자체에 있거나 국회의 안전 관련 입법이 지체됐다 하더라도 국민의 생명과 안전에 대한 최종적인 책임은 정부에 있다는 더 큰 책임감을 가지고 총력을 다해주기 바랍니다.
The South Korean president called for the creation of a special task force within the Blue House that will deal with fire safety measures. He also insisted that the government come up with new methods that will find every last problem with buildings across the country and let the public know about them. Even if it takes time, he said, they can't continue with business as usual. Several safety measures were suggested by the president, such as mandatory fire drills and installing an emergency button at larger facilities that will alert the authorities. When it comes to applying new safety rules to existing buildings, he asked his top aides to find a way that won't put too much financial pressure on building owners. Hwang Hojun, Arirang News.